So are you on color? I'm color.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at Dick Geyer Gymnasium at Bishop Hartley High School for tonight's OHSAA contest between St. Francis Desales Stallions and the Bishop Hartley Hawks. We have our players to watch for this game. First, we're going to start off with St. Francis Desales, a 6'5" senior, number 21, Desmond Watson, who has been putting up incredible numbers this year, who has recently committed to Davidson University. Of course, most of you know, former Steph Curry, all-star player in the NBA. So he is our player to watch, and I am here, Seth Donahoe, with Julian Jackson as my co-host or color commentator today. Julian, how we doing?
Man, I'm excellent tonight. It's a blessed to be here, and you know, high school sports, you can't hold a candle to high school sports. Oftentimes, you're just seeing such great competitive nature, and that's one of the best things about it. These guys compete day in and day out, and it's just very fortunate to be able to be here, especially in the times we're living in.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we have our star player to watch for St. Francis Desales, Desmond Watson. What about our star player to watch for Bishop Hartley?
Well, I'll tell you what, this guy, a young man by the name of Dejan Donnell, he goes by DJ. I had the opportunity to speak with DJ earlier on, man, and he's poised, he's humble, he's a great kid. He doesn't speak like your average 18-year-old, I'll tell you that right now. He's a 6-foot senior, he's 2 years of varsity, and really he's looking forward to this, leaving everything on the court. He knows how tough that loss was on January 22nd against Desales, and so they're looking to avenge that loss here. They've been watching a lot of film, and he said that the guys they band together, they got a group chat together. These guys love each other more than anything, so what they're looking for is camaraderie and communication out on the court this evening.
Man, it should be a fun one. You know, just to touch base on both of these teams, Bishop Hartley is at 8-5, and St. Francis is at 10-4. Both teams started out 2-2. Desales has been on a hot streak. They had 7 straight wins. They've won 8 of their last 10 as the tip gets underway here to Desales. And Bishop Hartley started off 2-2 as well, but they've struggled a little bit here recently, winning 2 of their last 5. What are you expecting to see out of both these teams?
And it's Watson.
Just rattles in and out. Bishop Hartley bringing the ball up the floor. Man with the ball, that's DJ Donnell. Swing pass out to the wing, Amari Gaston.
And they're leaving some of them wings open down there in the corners of the three-point arch.
Right. Hartley being pretty patient. Looks like Desales here in a 2-3 zone. A little contested shot, but Hartley ends up getting it back.
And that attempt there knocked out of the hands of Hartley guard. That's number 12, Amari Gaston.
Little tangle up downside, down below. Foul's going to go against number 20. That's Austin Mann. 5'7" senior.
The game's first foul is on Desales, number 20, Austin Mann.
Bishop Hartley looking to end down the ball. Tip pass. Hartley bringing the ball up the floor. Here's Watson. Oh, great
block there. That's a clean block.
Yes.
That's Hartley's number 24, and
Braden
Michael
Blanchard.
Sabatino. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Braden Blanchard.
Yeah.
Braden
Don't be
Blanchard.
getting me mixed up over here, Julian. Yeah, that was a great hustle by Blanchard to get back. It looked like Watson had an easy dunk, but because of that hustle, he's able to get back and get a block. And
it really just didn't seem that that Dez was actually able to get to the hoop with much urgency, as if he was just going to have it be a gimme. And Hartley is not going for it this time around after losing by 3 in the last matchup.
Gaston with a quick layup, just overshot a little bit. Desales the other way. Watson's with the ball, swings it out to Obed Oshiram. Great pressure here by this Hartley defense early.
Hartley is sticking it to him like white on rice right now, contesting every shot thus far. Only 2 for Des Watson, but
yeah, right, like you said, up in their grill, Blanchard was not giving him any space. Bringing the ball up.
And they're sticking with man defense here as well.
Yeah, it looks like they were in zone that first possession, but didn't like what they seen apparently, so.
You find something that works and you stick with it.
Kick out for 3, just off the rim. Ushiram with the rebound, bringing it up the floor. Oh, Donald's all up in his grill, forces the turnover.
And that's a Cheeram getting his pocket pick there.
Yep. Donald tried getting a basket, but good defense. And the ball was poked away down below by Desales' defender. Here's Watson bringing it up the floor. Oh, great pass to Ushiram.
He just sat right there under the hoop. It was DJ Donnell who was slow getting back on defense, and a wide open lane to Ushiram from the Division I Davidson to be.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like Hartley's trying. Well, I was gonna say it's gonna look like that they're taking their time, but Gaston ended up finding an easy layup.
Yeah, Gaston sat down there on the baseline. They were able to get a nice bounce pass into him, a little crow hop, and then up and at him.
Watson with the ball. Expect for the ball to be in his hands a lot as he gets a little 8-foot jumper.
And that ball high off the glass there. He put a great backspin on it to make sure that that ball was going to be right within the diameter of that hoop.
Well, with a prospect like Watson himself going to a D1 school, you expect him to make a great backdoor cut by Blanchard. Great vision by Thomas there to find Blanchard on the backside. Schuler on the outside, passes out to Watson, now back to him.
And it's Donnell sticking close to Donnell from Hartley, sticking close to Watson, our 2 players to watch for the evening.
Yeah, no Cheeram there with the offensive rebound and the putback. Able to get up high. No one able to really contest that. Yeah, as you said, Donald was out there on Watson, not really giving him any space as Blanchard puts up a 3 and just off. Watson with the board, bringing it back the other way.
And while he may not have been giving him much space, what it looked like was really more so of a decoy, because Cheeram sitting in the middle is picking on some of these guys right now, as he's already got 2 scores for the evening.
Yeah. Schuler up top, finds Cheeram down low. Nice little 2-footer there for Cheeram.
And that's Cheeram with the hot hand. We're going to have to keep your eye on that, because these guys, what it seems like right now, are focusing more on Watson and less on Cheeram, who's one of the other bigger guys for the Stallions.
Yeah, well, when you have a talent like Watson on the floor, you can't afford to leave him on guard. Never. Or give him any space whatsoever with or without the ball. Hartley setting up their offense. Donald at the control. Out to Blanchard.
And just take a look at the way the patience of this Hartley offense, taking their time, swinging the ball around, getting back in. Desales doesn't seem to be really boxing out right now, and if Hartley's able to control this game with their play, they're going to keep it close.
Yep, absolutely. It's Will Miller with a 3. Great looking shot by him. That patience paid off and was able to get an open shot.
You get these Stallions scrambled around a little bit and kind of lose themselves inside of the paint.
Schuler dribbling the ball out to, oh, turnover.
And
Donald the other way.
Here.
Watson's hustling.
And that's a big hack.
Yep.
He knew what he was doing there with that foul.
Yep. Wanted to make sure that they didn't get 2 easy points.
Curious to see, oh, wow. I'm surprised Donnell didn't try to put that up sooner. He didn't see him coming out of the corner of his eye.
Yeah.
I wish we had a replay of that. Watson taking off from about the 3/4 and Donnell had quite a head start there, and he made it right down. That's Division I all day long.
Yep. Jay Henson and Alex Blaine checking in for the Hawks for giving Blanchard and Gaston a little rest. Bad pass causes a turnover the other way. Watson loses it for a second. And we're going to get a traveling violation. Just couldn't quite control the ball. Ends up
and that's really as a result of Watson. He kind of smelling blood in the water there, so he was ready to charge full court to court, or from end to end here. And once he stopped himself right about the free throw line, he went and stepped back and had a mental lapse there for the travel.
Yep. It looks like Desales is back in that 3-2 zone, or high 1-2-2. No, 2-1-2. This may benefit in Hartley's favor, as you know they don't really tend to force anything. Donald with the ball at the top of the key. Passing it around the perimeter. Nice pass inside by Donald. That's Nico Thomas going up with the shot.
And as Nico Thomas has found there, I want you to take note, with 46.5 seconds remaining in the first, we've got Desales on top of Bishop Hartley 8-7, but this is not a lot of scoring here in this first. I mean, it's a patient offense for Hartley, and then you're also looking at Desales pushing the ball, and not getting some of the opportunities that they should be afforded with, as Watson's already missed 2 shots.
Nico Thomas here at the line shooting 2, misses the first one, but that foul was on Desmond Watson. That's his second. 2 early fouls here in the game, coming down the into the first quarter. Thomas ends up missing both. Nice little rebound by Alex Blaine.
And again, with the offensive rebounds, I mean, Hartley's just looking alive. They're looking for the ball. I mean, and that's he was undersized there. Gentlemen with that.
That foul is going to go against a Cheerham. So Hartley will have the ball inbounding. Ooh, loose ball, and it looks like it's going to be a foul.
And I can't tell from this angle.
Ooh, and that's going to go on Will Miller for Bishop Hartley.
And I don't really agree with that. That was 2 guys going up for the ball together, and I don't necessarily agree with that. That's 2 Hawks players now.
Yeah, that's a tough situation, tough call, but it had to be made. So Desales is going to get the ball here with 30 seconds left. Almost causes a turnover, but Cheerham's able to get it. The shot goes up by Austin Mann.
That shot there made by Atticus Schuler. And, you know, as you see it, there's no shot clock in high school, so I didn't understand the extreme urgency there, almost turning the ball over, making it down into the paint, and he took a quick shot.
So with 5 seconds left, Hartley's looking to get the last shot. Ball's up, and it drops for Hartley's number 2, Jacob Thomas. Excuse me. So here, after 1 quarter, Desales is up on Bishop Hartley 10-9. We are going to take a short break, and we will be right back after this.
Have you always dreamed about a career in sports broadcasting but aren't sure where to begin? Well, if so, then look no further than the Sports Emphasis program at The Ohio Media School. Whether in front of the camera, on the microphone, or behind the scenes, you'll learn from a pro to be a pro in the Sports Emphasis program at The Ohio Media School. You'll get hands-on training and live in-the-field experience at some of Ohio's biggest sporting events. You'll be the star of your very own webcast, and you'll get the opportunity to interview some of Ohio's biggest athletes. Call us today at 614-655-5250 or visit our website at beonair.com.
And we are back here at Bishop Hartley High School, where St. Francis DeSales has the lead on Bishop Hartley after 1 quarter, 10-9. we are going to talk again about the players to watch. Obviously, as you've heard his name been called many times, for St. Francis DeSales, Desmond Watson, who's, like I said earlier, is having an outstanding career, averaging 26.6 points per game just this season alone. Just recently committed to Davidson University. He's a great talent. And for Bishop Hartley, who's your guy to watch out for, Julian?
DJ Donnell. It's number 1. And while he hasn't been scoring, he's been able to play some team ball. He's sticking to his assignments and hasn't been caught looking the other way too many times at this point. And he is the leader of this team.
Yeah, absolutely. And nice little dump pass in there to Obed Chiram. He's been the hot hand for DeSales right now.
Chiram does seem to be the guy that they're looking at. If they're going to be trying to swallow up Watson, you've got to keep your eye on Chiram. He's got to be nearing, I'd say he's got 8 points right now. I haven't seen a scores clock or scores table, but that's my guess.
Yeah, the 6'1" senior leading this team so far in this game. But it's Hartley with the ball now. DeSales up 12-9. Nice patient offense by Hartley, and that's a 3 by Alex Blaine.
Man, I mean, these kids nowadays make those three-point shots look like free throws, man. I mean, he barely even jumped on that. Just a good form fitting and right into the rim.
We had some full court pressure here by Bishop Hartley, but they end up breaking it, getting it down to DeSales Atticus Schuler, who ends up getting fouled and is going to shoot 2.
And I want you to be sure to note here that we're looking at turnovers. Turnovers are going to be what makes them break this game. And right now, DeSales looks a bit sloppy with the basketball. If they're not going to be able to get it inside as that ball rims out on the free throw. And that free throw attempt, Atticus Schuler at the line right now. You keep on looking at the defense here and keep on watching for these turnovers, because the more DeSales turns over the ball, you're going to be looking at the Hawks going ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's still early in the game right now, but come that last quarter, they're going to have to make sure everything gets tightened up, because, as you said, turnovers could be the key to this game. So Schuler able to make 1 out of the 2. Puts DeSales back up on top 13-12 here. That last foul was assessed to number 10, Will Miller. Gaston inside, kicks it back out to Blaine, who puts up a 3. That one's good. Great looking shot by number 23.
Gotta
Alex
love
Blaine.
to see it. And then that's number 12 from Hartley. That's Amari Gaston, who kicks it back out to Blanchard for the wide open 3.
Yeah, and that full court press by Hartley, the DeSales is able to get an easy bucket out of it. DJ Donald with the ball. Swings it out to Blanchard, across to Blaine with the pump fake. Out to Blanchard on the other wing. Into Gaston. Looks like Hartley's just playing real smart basketball here. Donald with a 3. That one's just off. Rebound by Achiram, back the other way for DeSales. To Schuler, out to the corner for DeSales. Oh!
And look for Donnell picking these guys' pockets. DJ has already been reaching in a few times and is already...
Oh, great Euro step there by Donnell.
Wow.
That was pretty.
He looked smooth and right to the basket. Now, would you believe that if this kid wasn't enrolled in Bishop Hartley, that he'd actually be at Eastmore Academy?
Really?
That's his home school. He told me that earlier. I said, I'm sure they'd love to have you.
Yeah. DJ Donnell is quite the talent for this Bishop Hartley basketball team. As they got the lead here on DeSales now with 5 minutes left to go in the second, they're up 2. DeSales putting on a little pressure by themselves, but they're able to get the ball down all the way down the floor. Good defense there by number 35, Cruz Sanchez. A little penetration by Blanchard, and it looks like we're going to get a blocking foul on DeSales. That one's going to go on Noah Garrick.
Initially, when the referee pointed, he was pointing right at Hartley's Braden Blanchard. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, what did he do?
Well, it got a little physical there. Maybe if he was there in time, he could have drawn the charge, but it was just there half a step too late. Donald controlling this offense. Oh, good pick there by Achiram. DeSales coming the other way. getting the call from the coach here.
And let's see what they can make of this here with Watson on the bench right now, giving him a breather.
Yeah, those 2 fouls seemed to hurt him a little bit early. Having to miss most of the second quarter as of now, coming up on the halfway mark. Oh, good tough-nosed defense, but a little bit too aggressive.
And it's not whether or not I like it, but I find it unique that that's the referee who ended up making that call on the other side. What I'm looking at and what they're looking at, two different things, but I'm going to go ahead and give it up to Stripes. They're doing a good job out here.
That foul's going to go on Gaston, and Michael Walker checking in here for Desales, number 32. Austin Mann bringing the ball up the floor here. Donald's all in his grill. Ooh. Cheerham able to get the friendly roll.
Man, and I don't know how these cameras are looking on Cheerham, but man, he's a big boy. He's not small, and he looks like he's overpowering some of these guys.
Yeah, listed as only 6'1", but he plays as if he's 6'6". Tie ball game here at 17. Gaston taking it in, not able to get the bounce. Sanchez there with the rebound, and Desales is coming back the other way. Man, oh. Out to Walker, back up to Garrick. Cross-court pass again to Cheerham, and that's going to go to the corner for Garrick.
It does not seem like they're able to shoot right now at all. They have to be able to score out of the paint. That's the only way Desales is going to be able to do this.
Donald seems like he was trying to force something, and here comes a Cheerham the other way.
I'm sorry, that's player control all day. You call out a block if you want to, but holy cow.
That foul's going to go on number 12, Amari Gaston. Was trying to get back, but couldn't get back quite in time. And Cheerham able to get to the basket, get in position, and
yeah, Gaston's gonna need a breather after that one. He just took a beating.
Yeah. Cheerham here at the free throw line, trying to get the old-fashioned three-point play. And that's good. So Desales takes a 20-17 lead. Seems like Desales has really turned up the defensive pressure here on Hartley.
Desales trying to get comfortable in their own shoes right now by being able to have them make mistakes, turn up the heat a little bit. When they start off kind of slow like that, teams will end up playing to their competition.
And Cheerham just going all the way to the basket, untouched, able to get the easy 2 points.
It's almost as if they knew, hey guys, we're gonna have to turn up the heat a little bit because Watson's out and we've got to go.
Hartley looking to answer back after that layup. Blaine to the basket. Way to go up against the 6'6" big man and able to get the nice layup. Good body control.
Alex Blaine, incredible, traps that ball to his body, takes it in, and scores right off the square on the backboard.
Donald keeping the pressure heavy on Austin Mann.
And look at Cheerham calling for the ball. He said, guys, get it up there.
Yep, Cheerham wants it, and he gets it. Kicks out to Michael Walker for three, in and out.
If Desales wants to bust this thing wide open, they've got to be able to hit jumpers from anywhere. I don't care if it's a three-point or a two-point, but if he's going to kick it out from you, and he could have it himself, if Cheerham's going to kick the ball out to you and he could have two himself, you got to make that shot.
Yeah, they've had a couple open shots that they haven't been able to capitalize on, and that last possession, Donald missing the rim and out of bounds last touch by Hartley, so it's going to be Desales' ball here. 1:34 left here in the second quarter.
And Obed Cheerham, I'm sorry.
No.
And Obed Cheerham actually finally getting a breather with 1:25 remaining in the second.
Austin Mann with the nice drive and turnaround. Only 5'7", but he plays physical.
How tall is he?
5'7" is what it's listed here on the roster.
They might have gave him a couple inches there, Seth.
Hey, size does not matter, man. If you got the heart to play, put him out there.
Hey, we're watching him do it in action right now. He wouldn't be on the varsity if he wasn't.
So we're down here within the last minute of the second quarter. Nico Thomas for Hartley trying to get position down low. Battling against Michael Walker down there, keeping it physical with him. Nice kick out. And we're going to get looks like a charge call on Hartley. That one's going to go on Will Miller.
And Michael Walker taking that charge there, man. That takes some guts to stick in there like that. I mean, he's not the biggest guy either, but boy, his teammates are stoked, dapping him up as he's coming off the floor for a breather.
And we're going to have a Desales timeout here. After that short breather, Achiram is back into the game, and Desmond Watson also checks back in. So 38 seconds left here in the second quarter. Desales has a 5-point lead. You know, we originally had our player to watch as Desmond Watson, but Achiram has really turned it on here for the Stallions in this first half.
Obed Achiram, we're going to have to check the scorer's desk here in a moment, because I'll tell you what, this kid might have every bit of 12.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you're enjoying this broadcast and would like to learn how it's done behind the scenes, check out the Ohio Media School located in Columbus. If you're interested in radio production, TV, broadcasting, or digital media, the Ohio Media School is the choice for you. Visit Ohio Media School at beonair.com/Columbus. You can also find the Ohio Media School on all your favorite social media. Ohio Media School, we change lives.
And during that, the ball hitting the ground and Hartley retaining possession here. Guys getting a little physical. 34 seconds remaining in the first half.
So the final 30 seconds. Blanchard with the ball. Swings it out to Jay Henson. To Blaine. Looks like they're just going to hold for this final shot here.
The patience has helped in this entire time. I would just go ahead and trust the process, but we'll see what we do.
Blanchard trying to muscle his way in, not able to get the roll. Achiram with the heave, and that is going to be it for the first half, ladies and gentlemen. St. Francis Desales is on top of Bishop Hartley, 24-19. Great first half by, as we said, Obed Achiram, who has really turned it on for this Stallions team and able to help lead them to this 5-point lead that they have. For Bishop Hartley, you know, it seems like that they got to find a way to stop the inside scoring, because that's what seems to be hurting them.
Well, it really is impressive, because it's not what you're expecting. And I wasn't able to speak to any of the members of the Desales Stallions program, but what I do know is that the coaches are all about them getting focused, and they're all about you know, these guys coming out to play, and it's showing right now with a 5-point lead.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, like I said, St. Francis Desales is on top by 5, 24-19 over Bishop Hartley. We're going to go ahead and take a break and come back at the start of the second half.
Have you always dreamed about a career in sports broadcasting but aren't sure where to begin? Well, if so, then look no further than the Sports Emphasis program at the Ohio Media School. Whether in front of the camera, on the microphone, or behind the scenes, you'll learn from a pro to be a pro in the Sports Emphasis program at the Ohio Media School. You'll get hands-on training and live in-the-field experience at some of Ohio's biggest sporting events. You'll be the star of your very own webcast, and you'll get the opportunity to interview some of Ohio's biggest athletes. Call us today at 614-655-5250 or visit our website at beonair.com.
You have design ideas for t-shirts but you're not sure where to go? Go to Mojo Sports Gear. That's right, Mojo Sports Gear. At Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts. Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656.
In sports, you want to have a player that can get the job done right every time. A real all-star, somebody that's dependable and you can turn to when the game is tough. That player in the audio-video industry is the theater people. From setting up your home's Wi-Fi network and offices, conference rooms, to to setting up home theater inside or outside, to setting up the systems to make your home run smarter and safer as well. The theater people can do it all with the quality of professionalism you can expect every single time. That isn't just a great all-around player, that is an all-star. That is why we are the leaders in audiovisual installation in Central Ohio. So call us at 614-604-6327 or check out our website at ttpcolumbus.com to figure out which products will fit you. And don't forget, amplify your personality with the theater.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Ohio, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
I just wanted to play.
I just want to play. I just want to play. I just want to play.
Play.
Play. Along the way, I'm learning
Sportsmanship.
sportsmanship, teamwork,
Teamwork.
how to work hard,
How to work hard. Discipline.
hustle,
Sacrifice.
how to be a leader.
Dedication.
I just want to play.
And along the way, I'm learning to put the team before myself.
To put the team before myself.
How to be a student.
How to be a student.
I'm learning to set a good example,
How to work hard.
to accept responsibility.
That I represent my community.
That I represent my community.
I just wanted to play, and look where it took me.
She's done it! Tiana Bartoletta has done it! From Elyria, Ohio, now an Olympic gold medalist.
The year was 1907. The Cubs won the World Series and the Ford Model R hit the assembly line. While here in Ohio, school administrators came together to form the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One thing that hasn't changed since 1907 is the dedication of the OHSAA to education-based athletics in Ohio. School sports teach responsibility, sportsmanship, and life lessons that stay with students long after their playing days are over. The OHSAA seeks to prepare students not for the next level of sport, but for the next level of life.
Have you always dreamed about a career in sports broadcasting but aren't sure where to begin? Well, if so, then look no further than the Sports Emphasis program at the Ohio Media School. Whether in front of the camera, on the microphone, or behind the scenes, you'll learn from a pro to be a pro in the Sports Emphasis program at the Ohio Media School. You'll get hands-on training and live in-the-field experience at some of Ohio's biggest sporting events. You'll be the star of your very own webcast, and you'll get the opportunity to interview some of Ohio's biggest athletes. Call us today at 614-655-5250 or visit our website at beonair.com.
Do you have design ideas for t-shirts but you're not sure where to go? Go to Mojo Sports Gear. That's right, Mojo Sports Gear. At Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts. Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656.
In sports, you want to have a player that can get the job done right every time. A real all-star, somebody that's dependable and you can turn to when the game is tough. That player in the audio-video industry is the theater people. From setting up your home's Wi-Fi network and offices, conference rooms, to setting up home theater inside or outside, to setting up the systems to make your home run smarter and safer as well. The theater people can do it all with the quality of professionalism you can expect every single time. That isn't just a great all-around player, that is an all-star. That is why we are the leaders in audiovisual installation in Central Ohio. So call us at 614-604-6327 or check out our website at ttpcolumbus.com to figure out which products will fit you. And don't forget, amplify your personality with the theater.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Ohio, who do you meet? Answer: men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question: so where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer: high school sports.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
I just wanted to play.
I just want to play. I just want to play. I just want to play.
Play.
Play. Along the way, I'm learning
Sportsmanship.
sportsmanship, teamwork,
Teamwork.
how to work hard,
How to work hard. Discipline.
hustle,
Sacrifice.
how to be a leader.
Dedication.
I just want to play. And along the way, I'm learning to put the team before myself.
To put the team before myself.
How to be a student.
How to be a student.
I'm learning to set a good example,
How to work hard.
to accept responsibility.
That I represent my community.
That I represent my community.
I just wanted to play. And look where it took me.
She's done it! Tiana Bartoletta has done it! From Elyria, Ohio, now an Olympic gold medalist.
And we are back here at Dick Geyer Gymnasium, home of the Bishop Hartley Hawks. Hey, everyone here at Ohio Media School wants to make sure that you amplify your personality with the theater people. They can help you with your entire home setup of entertainment or networking and security. Call 614-604-6327 or visit thetheaterpeople.com to build your dream home entertainment system. And we are back here at the start of the second half. 24 Desales, 19 Bishop Hartley, and Julian Jackson here to my right. What do you think of that first half?
I mean, the first half, you came out and you watched Hartley be rather cryptic in their moves. They were methodical. They swung the ball around a lot. They had a lot of passes. They seemed to really be focused and in the zone for what they were doing. They were on a mission. And then Desales started to speed it up a little bit and kind of started to press Hartley a little bit harder than what they realized they were doing. It's like Desales was warming up to everything. And then as they got there, Hartley began to make some mistakes. And one of the things that we're looking at here is leading scorer for Desales is not Desmond Watson.
As we expected.
His name is Obed Achiram, and he's number 3. And that kid has 15 points in the first half, all but 9 points for the Stallions. And then in addition to that, we're also looking at the leading scorer, is Alex Blaine for Hartley with just 8 points. Now here's the interesting fact. I was going to call him Deshaun Watson. Okay, Desmond Watson actually has 2 fouls, and he is starting here in this third quarter to start the game. But those 2 fouls you're going to have to keep an eye on. 3 fouls for Will Miller of Hartley. He's number 10, and then 2 fouls for Amari Gaston, number 12. Keep an eye on that moving into the second half.
Yeah, got to make sure that they play smart. Desales start off with the ball. Good turnover, caused turnover there by Bishop Hartley. Ball goes up to Donald at the top of the key. Swings it out to Blanchard, and then over to Gaston.
And one thing that DJ Donnell told me earlier on is these guys are focused on righting the wrongs from the last matchup with these guys, and it was only a defeat by 3 and a great cut to the basket.
Yeah, that recent loss by just by 3 points here about a week and a half ago must have stung, so Bishop Hartley is definitely out for revenge.
But as I was saying, it's Donnell who ended up telling me that these guys are so cohesive. They're such a great unit that they have running here, and they get each other. And what I didn't end up seeing that in the second quarter is these guys got a little sloppy, started doing their own thing.
Atticus Mann, Schuler, click.
And what a save you end up having there by Achiram. sending that ball right back on into number 35 for the Stallions. That's Cruz Sanchez, big tall body in the center.
Yeah, not giving up on the play, and that pressure by Watson causes a turnover, and he's taking it down to the other end. Gaston trying to get in front of him, but the talent of Watson able to get the easy bucket.
You see, and he's just got such a finesse, it seems now, that people in an uproar over a double dribble after the inbounds pass. But
good ball movement here by Hartley. Both teams being physical there. That's Gaston and Schuler.
And that's Gaston being a little one-track minded, trying to force the ball inside more than he needed to instead of looking for another lane. These guys have to stick to their game, and there it is finally. It's the physicality of Obed Achiram that's gotten the best of them.
Yeah, Achiram picking up that foul there, a little too physical, pushing that shoulder into the defender there of Hartley, picking up the foul, but
I'm going to talk to Achiram after the game and see if he plays linebacker for Desales. Has he got time left? This kid should be getting recruited.
Yeah. We should see here as Hartley brings it down to the other floor and kicks it out to Donald for three and misses everything, but good job there by.
And that
was good job there, good hustle by Will Miller, able to get it in to Blanchard.
And they're going to need Will Miller here. Will Miller with 3 fouls. They've got to be able to keep his offensive production up because you can't afford having this guy out of the game with hustle play like that.
Absolutely. Braden Blanchard at the line, trying to finish the three-point play. Just off the back iron. Watson able to get around Donnell there, but Donnell able to pick it from behind, and some controversy about who the ball went out on, but it's going to be Desales' ball.
And if both of these coaches are campaigning to get the call for themselves, it was the winner of that debate was definitely Desales' coach, as he was right in the ear of the referee on the sideline.
Yeah, absolutely. And nice drive and penetration there by Desmond Watson to get and elevation too. He seemed like he stayed up in the air for a long time, and a turnover the other way. Schuler able to get it to Achiram, and man, Achiram is just having himself a night.
He looked unreal elusive on that. That's a new burst that I've not seen yet. I guess he hasn't had to use it, but it looked like he stepped right from in front of the free throw line, right under the basket, and the layup was good. It's 32-21 with 4:47 remaining here in this third quarter.
Yeah, it seems like Watson being out there on the floor just kind of creates a whole new offense for Desales, as they're a little more up-tempoed, and you see with Watson having the ball in his hands that he's able to take control, and the offense moves at his pace.
Well, and as you can see here, it's an 8-2 run here to start the third quarter. And, you know, Desales is not, they're stepping on the gas. There's no break for these guys right now. It looks like they're getting stronger and faster with every beat of the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see if Bishop Hartley can turn some things around. Pressure by Michael Walker for Desales on Donald, able to get it across. Down to the corner to Blanchard. To Miller, and then back to Blanchard for three, just off the back iron. Cheering with the board, and Watson the other way. Just so smooth with handling the ball, Watson is. Garrick has the ball at the top of the key, trying to create something. We're going to get a foul here on what seems to be Braden Blanchard.
And with that particular shot selection, there were other things he could do, but if Hartley's going to foul him, the kid should keep on taking it to the hole.
Yeah.
Let's see what he does with these free throws here. But there were some other guys open.
Yeah, this is Noah Garrick at the line shooting two. Able to knock down the first one.
He'll shut me up real quick with making those free throws.
Yeah. Alex Blaine checking in here for the Hawks for Anthony Murphy. And the second one is up, and that one's good.
Well, I'll tell you what, Noah Garrick.
Donald was able to get the ball across the line. Man, that pressure by Garrick up in Donald's face. Working it around the key.
You know, if you look at Desales' defensive adjustments, it's not allowing for Hartley to be able to swing the ball as freely as they were in the first quarter.
Absolutely. So they've really locked down that part, but here's Blaine for a three, and that one's good. Alex Blaine. And Schuler quickly the other way for Desales. And we're going to have a timeout here by Bishop Hartley. Alex Blaine seems to have the hot hand here for Bishop Hartley, knocking down 3 threes in this game.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to figure something out here. Now the lead is broken wide open to 12 with 3:25 remaining in the third. And they're on a 30-second timeout here. I wonder what Coach from Hartley's having to say.
They got to make sure that they stay disciplined. You know, they were able to work the ball, as you said, so freely around the perimeter there in the first half, and Desales has made those halftime adjustments and was able to make sure to lock that down.
Yeah, well, I say no fast breaks from Desales and stop the ball immediately out in front of you. Stop trying to do your own thing. Stop trying to pick pockets. Whatever it was he was doing in the first, they've adjusted to that. So you need to come out with something fresh. They need a fresh breath of air right now.
Yeah. So Hartley gets the ball here at the end of this timeout. Donald tries to get it to that's Nico Thomas, but unable to get it to him, and a little scrap for the ball. It looks like Schuler was on the inbounds line when he touched it, so it'll be the Hawks' ball.
And Donnell's averaging 15 points a game, but he hasn't seen too many shot opportunities.
Blaine with the ball at the top of the key. Swings it out to Donald. Schuler's guarding him tightly. Kind of a bad pass to Blanchard, but it looks like his foot was on the out of bounce line, so we're going to have a turnover and Desales' ball.
That's what we had just said is you cannot turn over the ball. You have to stay disciplined. You've got to stick to the process. And yes, that pass, while not the best, he made the best effort not to turn the ball over, and that's exactly what ended up happening.
So Desales bringing the ball up the floor here. Garrick passes it out to Watson, over to Walker. Trying to find Sanchez on the inside, but heavily guarded. Garrick with a nice little spin move and a nice little left-handed layup that ends up getting the roll for him.
At this point, it's almost as if Watson is just a decoy here. He's not pressing to have the ball. The rest of his team is doing it for him, and that's what good teams are going to do.
Yeah. Like you said, you know, there's no need to force something if you don't need to. And nice defense there by Schuler, able to get it the other way to Walker, who tried looking for the alley-oop to Watson, but nicely defended. Ended up getting trapped in the corner. We're going to have a timeout here by Desales.
DJ Donnell said no to that alley-oop pass. He knew exactly what was happening. He kept it out in front of him in the corner of his eye. He said, no, Desmond Watson, that is not going to happen on our home floor here at Dick Geyer Gymnasium. 2:14 remaining, 38-24. Desales leads over the Bishop Hartley Hawks.
So Achiram looks like is checking back in, as well as Austin Mann for Desales.
And you have some cowbells in the air here as well. Come on. And the Hartley faithful there across, sitting across from us right now is a little bit more quiet than as we are sitting on the Desales, the away side, broadcasting to you right now with the Score on Air Network.
Yeah, that home fan trying to help their team get back into this game. Good pressure there by Blanchard, able to knock it away, and out of bounds on the Hawks.
You know, and I just want to go ahead and note how nice it is to be inside of an auditorium with fans right now, to be able to hear some squeaks and some noise.
Yeah, we're not used to that in these COVID times, but hey, as long as everyone still stays healthy and safe, we should all be good. And Watson, that's a nice three from him. Beautiful shot.
Foot right up against the line. Great arch to the shot, great form. It didn't seem like it took much effort. The only thing it was, the recipe, he was open.
Yeah, so Desales takes this to a 17-point lead now. Hawks got to find some kind of offense and got to be able to stop the ball on the defensive side. Donald's able to weave through the defense, kicks out to Will Miller for the three, just off the front edge. Watson with the rebound, coming back the other way quickly. Out to Mann for three. That one's good.
And I know they can't do much here, but Donnell is completely gassed right now. You know, that took everything. He decided not to take the shot. He swung it out to Will Miller. Once he did, and then once Watson got the rebound and started heading down court, it's Donnell who was falling behind. And man, these guys are...
Yeah, they got to find something here on offense. Austin Mann up in DJ Donnell's face, able to drive, dumps it down to Will Miller, but Noah Garrick was there in position to take the charge, so that one's going to go on DJ Donnell, excuse me. So 49 seconds left here, 24-44. Desales is on top of Bishop Hartley. Bishop Hartley with a 1-2-2 full court press here. Nice passing back and forth, able to break it. Watson to Mann off the back end. And that's Gaston with a nice rebound for Bishop Hartley.
That's a
bringing
great
the
job.
ball.
And that's a great job from Gaston. It's almost as if we haven't seen him in a while there. And you got to be able to make your presence felt. Get a couple scores off here in the third quarter before you get into the fourth. But right now they're trailing by 20, the Hartley Hawks. Get something here, build your confidence going into the fourth.
And so 15 seconds left. Kicks it out to Blaine. That one's for three. That one's good. Austin Blaine with another three. Alex Blaine, excuse me. Austin Mann lost his footing a little bit there.
Wow, and there's several things that could have happened there. It looked like the ball slipped out of the hands of Desales Austin Mann, but then defender from Hartley all over him, and it looked like it could have been a fouled three-point attempt. It was... I've seen a lot better out of these guys to this point. I think they were a little bit gassed running up and down the floor there.
Yeah, so here we are after three quarters. St. Francis DeSales on top of Bishop Hartley, 44-27. We're going to take a short break and be back right after this.
You have design ideas for t-shirts but you're not sure where to go? Go to Mojo Sports Gear. That's right, Mojo Sports Gear. At Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts. Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Ohio, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And we're back here at the start of the fourth quarter where St. Francis DeSales leads Bishop Hartley 44-27. Hey, be sure to stay tuned after today's contest for the Mojo Sports Gear Player of the Game. For all your custom apparel needs, give Mojo Sports Gear a call at 614-864-6656 or visit their website at mojosportsgear.com. Julian, I know we got a couple players in mind, but you know we still got a whole nother quarter left to play before we can choose a player of the game.
Well, I know who I have my eyes on right now, and I'll just stay hush, as there could be any unforeseen circumstances here in this game of play. The Hartley Hawks only scored 8 points in that last 20 points scored by DeSales, and they're nearing the total score. Well, actually, the last matchup when DeSales won, it was 61-58. So we'll see what they can reach here, but Hartley falling quickly behind in scoring this game.
Yeah, and Hartley comes out with the ball first. Able to work the ball around, but not able to get the shot to fall. It's Watson with the board and come back in the other way, and for DeSales, well, that three is good by Michael Sabatino.
That looked like a Steph Curry three if I ever seen one. That ball had to have been 20 feet in the air at the arch.
Yeah, that was a great looking shot there by Sabatino. Hartley coming back the other way. Jacob Thomas with the ball right now over to Will Miller. And to Blanchard, out to Alex Blaine. Over to Miller for the three, just off the back end. Rebound by Achiram, but Blanchard there to knock it away from behind. Ball's going to stay with Desales. We got some full court pressure here, making sure that try to make things uncomfortable for Desales.
And behind the play, it's Achiram slipped over his own feet and getting up slow, jogging back down the court.
Watson able to muscle his way inside. Achiram there trying to get the offensive board, not able to. So here comes Hartley the other way. That's a kick out to Alex Blaine. That one's for three. That one's no good. And we got a loose ball foul underneath the basket.
Let's see who they call this on. They're getting tangled up. It's number 35 of DeSales. That's Cruz.
Cruz Sanchez and Braden Blanchard, and the foul's going to go on Blanchard. Just getting a little too physical down there. Blanchard trying to get position, ends up getting the foul.
And I was going to note that Achiram was needing a spell as he was a little banged up and on the floor, getting back a little slow. So they finally gave him a break. He's on the bench now for DeSales.
Austin Mann trying to move the ball down the floor quickly and ends up turning it over. So Hartley coming back the other way. And that foul is going to go on Will Miller. Michael Sabatino there guarding him. Will Miller just getting a little too physical, it seemed like.
That's number 4 on Miller. I think he was a little frustrated, and he had that elbow out in front. DeSales defensive player played it tough. He's touching on his lip there a little bit. He might have got a little bruised up, but I think he'll be okay.
So after the foul, DeSales coming back the other end. Garrick bringing it up, but that pressure is tight. Now Blanchard all up in Watson's grill.
They've done a very impressive job of keeping him bottled up this game. They've not been able to really let him in the key. There's a couple shots that he could have made as well, but.
And Sabatino gets it down low, but
wow, these guys are scrappy.
Yeah, absolutely. Sabatino, tried getting it to Schuler on the other side, but took an extra step and we got a traveling violation. So Sabatino's checking in for the Stallions. 47-27 here. Stallions over the Hawks. Bishop Hartley's really got to buckle down now. Alex Blaine almost losing the ball. Able to drive, kick it out to Gaston. And that's Will Miller for three, just off the back end. Blanchard able to trace down that offensive rebound. Jacob Thomas out to Alex Blaine, just short. That's going to be last touched on Sabatino of DeSales, so it'll stay here for Hartley ball.
And I wonder that, I'm not too positive how, they run a lot of things in Catholic leagues and in certain divisions, certain leagues, and it's really coach by coach. But I would imagine we'd start to see a few new faces from DeSales soon. Don't you think so?
Possibly. DJ Dono and Nico Thomas checking back in for Hartley, and the ref put his hand up as if he was getting ready to call a foul, but it seems like that the defender got all ball. So Watson with the ball on the other end for DeSales. Down into Garrick. Trying to make a nice little move on that pressure. Trying to get anything they can and cause turnovers, this Hartley defense, but only get a jump ball there, and that jump ball possession will stay with the Stallions.
And it's great. It's a tremendous effort by Hartley here. It seems as if maybe things weren't exactly going their way, the ball falling their way this evening. It's not like it's been tremendous. The score does not reflect what we've seen here tonight.
Watson trying to get up that baseline shot. Schuler and Thomas down there battling for the ball, ends up going off of Thomas, so still stays down here in the Hartley end. Watson into Schuler, who goes back to Watson. Just gets an easy layup there for Desmond Watson.
Watson with the hesitation. He kind of went slow motion on it as if he was going to dish it back out. Took his last step and a finger roll right into the basket.
Jay Henson trying to find somebody in there cutting. Ends up being a turnover, and Sabatino the other way rattles out the three. And on that fast break opportunity, we're going to get a foul on Desales here. That one's going to go on Noah Garrick.
There's just been so many disruptions here throughout this contest with Hartley. And when we watch them in the first quarter versus watching them right now, of course they're behind and they're forcing some things. But in the first, when it was 9-8 out of the first, at the end, we're sitting there and we're looking at Hartley swinging the ball around, staying patient, walking the ball up court, not forcing things. There were less turnovers. They got right into that second quarter, got too comfortable, started letting Desales get in their head a little bit, start pushing them around. Then they stopped playing their game. So right now, I'm sure coach is just consoling these guys, letting them know, hey, come out here, play with some pride for the last 320, and let's get out of this thing alive.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, to your point, I also want to point out that it seems like that Desales have gotten some offensive rebounds. It seems like whenever a shot goes up for Desales that a lot of the people are crashing for that Desales team, and those second chance opportunities have been able to help propel them to this 22-point lead that they have here.
Yeah, well, initially it was Hartley with the offensive rebound advantage, and now Desales has surpassed that.
And both of these defenses have been playing tough, but seems as if Desales have just been able to knock down the open shots. That's Donald for three.
He looked very comfortable, very poised shot. And I want to note earlier when I spoke to him, I said he doesn't sound like any other 18-year-old, but when I talked to this guy about some of his goals and just the season and the team and leadership and brotherhood, and man, I mean, he was not worried about what he's doing. He's worried about the team and the team's success and playing together. And it's a tremendous effort from the leader there to come on out with some poise and hit a three-point shot there late in the game, even though they're so far behind.
In the game now for Desales.
And we're going to have a turnover here on Desales. That, you know, pressure by Bishop Hartley able to cause that turnover. Still got to give everything you got here. DJ Donnell with the ball. Out to Will Miller, who is able to drive in and take the contact and get the and one. That foul is going to go on number 5, Nate Hickey. Nice little dribble drive penetration there by Will Miller, and he's able to complete the three-point play. A full court pressure still on by Bishop Hartley, trying to wreak havoc for this team. Able to find Hickey, who makes a nice pass into Cruz Sanchez, but able to get his own board.
And the only thing
Nico Thomas able to pull that down.
The only thing I really haven't seen here from Hartley is actually putting body on body and boxing out. And if there's anything I know they need to work on, and the coach will be harping on this week, it's going to be body on body, getting physical with these guys and getting them out of the lane. They're not taller than Desales. Desales hasn't really had to work to get the ball from them when you've seen them on some rebounds, but that's going to be the deciding factor, especially when you're undersized.
Yeah. Speaking of that body-to-body physicality, Noah Garrick there with a nice box out on the defensive end, able to get that rebound. Nico Thomas able to knock that one away.
Ooh.
And just stepped on the end line. We got some substitutions here for Bishop Hartley.
And I'll tell you what, right there, that makes the difference between a good team and a great team. And this is my first time viewing Desales Stallions right now. But let me tell you, the coach right there screaming at some of his players with passion, with conviction, to be able to tell you, hey, what are you doing? He's still out there coaching in the last minutes. And these are guys who aren't seeing the floor a lot. I mean, the mask flew off. He quickly put it back on. But the mask flew off. I mean, this guy, he's going to be losing his voice tonight, and his team's winning by 16.
Yeah, always coach all the way through the end, always play all the way through the end. And Cruz Sanchez able to find a easy basket there after that full court press by Hartley. Able to break it, get it down the floor quickly.
And some new faces for Hartley Hawks as well.
Oh, we got a minute left here in this fourth quarter. Desales having the 51-33 advantage over Hartley.
And this is where you're watching some of the system play. Dribble around, pass, dribble around, look, pass.
We got Ethan Patterson. Nope, excuse me.
I mean, pound per pound, maybe it just wasn't Hartley's night.
No,
I'd love to be able to see this played back one more time after that first game.
And he knew it after he committed the double dribble, kind of hesitated there a little bit.
Well, that's a good, honest kid right there. You don't find that much.
So Desales has the ball, bringing it up the floor, 30 seconds left. Still playing all the way through that final buzzer. That's what you like to see out of your team as a coach.
And the applause now starting on the St. Francis DeSales Stallion side. And you can hear it in the background as they dribble out the ball.
And the final score here being St. Francis DeSales topping the Bishop Hartley Hawks 51-33. And we are going to go ahead and take a quick break. And when we come back, we will have your Mojo Sports Gear Player of the Game right after this.
Have you always dreamed about a career in sports broadcasting but aren't sure where to begin? Well, if so, then look no further than the Sports Emphasis program at the Ohio Media School. Whether in front of the camera, on the microphone, or behind the scenes, you'll learn from a pro to be a pro in the Sports Emphasis program at the Ohio Media School. You'll get hands-on training and live in-the-field experience at some of Ohio's biggest sporting events. You'll be the star of your very own webcast, and you'll get the opportunity to interview some of Ohio's biggest athletes. Call us today at 614-655-5250 or visit our website at beonair.com.
In sports, you want to have a player that can get the job done right every time. A real all-star, somebody that's dependable and you can turn to when the game is tough. That player in the audio-video industry is the theater people. From setting up your home's Wi-Fi network and offices, conference rooms, to setting up home theater inside or outside, to setting up the systems to make your home run smarter and safer as well. The theater people can do it all with the quality of professionalism you can expect every single time. That isn't just a great all-around player, that is an all-star. That is why we are the leaders in audiovisual installation in Central Ohio. So call us at 614-604-6327 or check out our website at ttpcolumbus.com to figure out which products will fit you. And don't forget, amplify your personality with the theater.
Do you have design ideas for t-shirts but you're not sure where to go? Go to Mojo Sports Gear. That's right, Mojo Sports Gear. And Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts. Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656.
And we are back here at Bishop Hartley High School, where St. Francis DeSales have just knocked off the Bishop Hartley Hawks by a final of 51-33. And during that break, we had come to an agreement, Julian, and decided that our Mojo Sports Gear Player of the Game is going to be Obed Achiram, the 6'1 senior from St. Francis DeSales.
It was a rather unanimous decision, as unanimous as it can be. You know, the kid came out with 15 first-half points over the Hartley Hawks, and he played well. with and without, the star player, the guy going to Davidson, the Desmond Watson. And when he was on the bench, he stepped up. He showed his physicality. He, was in on a couple of fouls, but also had a charge there, not till the second half. Kind of took the, foot off the pedal a little bit. And then he didn't play a lot of the fourth quarter at all. He only had 2 points in the second half, but it really doesn't matter when they're playing so well as a team. Desales came out and did everything they had to do. So of course it is an accumulation of what the team was able to provide and getting the ball inside to him. But pretty much whenever he had the ball in the paint, he was putting it up. It was rare to be able to see him dish it back out. And big, strong kid, like I said. If he's not getting recruited somewhere for basketball, it's got to be football, because that kid is large and in charge. He looks like a linebacker, and it's exciting to be able to watch someone like that, especially when the focus is on a guy who is going Division I. The focus is on a guy who, he's the big, tall guy. He's averaging 26.6 points a game. I'm over here looking at the Cheerham stats, and I didn't see anything about 26.6. He comes out and scores a silent 17 tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, that key word there is they were able to play as a team. They didn't focus all on Desmond Watson. Having the offense play through him, he got those 2 quick fouls early, and because of that, Cheerham was able to step up. So with that 17 points and able to help lead the Stallions to victory, Obed Cheerham is our Mojo Sports Gear Player of the Game. Well, that is it for this evening's game. Once again, the final score being St. Francis DeSales 51, Bishop Hartley 33. Stallions coming out on top. I'm Seth Donahoe, along with Julian Jackson, presented by Score on Air. Thanks for joining this broadcast.